For this class, we're going to be using Microsoft SQL Server Developer Edition, and we're going to be running it, installing it locally. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we could find that on the internet and get it set up. So from Google, you can Google just a search SQL Server Developer Edition, and we're going to be going to this first link that shows up here, SQL Server Downloads on Microsoft. That will take us directly to this URL, microsoft.com/US or ENUS SQL Server Downloads. So you can navigate directly to here instead of having to do the Google search if that is easier. Over on this page here at the bottom, you're going to see the Developer Edition. Now, what this is going to be a fully featured edition that you could run locally for development and training and testing, but you cannot use it for actual UAT environments or production environments. That's when you get into licensing. So for training, this is a great environment to use, and you could just click on Download Now, and it is going to kick off a very quick download, which is just the web installer, and a lot of the heavy downloading will be taken when you actually run that piece. So let's go ahead and click on OK on running the installer, and that's going to pop up with this window right here. Couple different options here, but essentially we're going to go ahead and install the basic version. This is going to install SQL Server and basic features that we could pick once we're running and installing. So go ahead and accept the basic defaults or all the license terms. And again, you could keep your location free or the location the same where it's telling you to. And you could go ahead and click on Run to kick off the download of the actual SQL Server, which is going to take a few minutes. So I'll go ahead and pause this for a second in the recording, and we'll come back when most of this has been downloaded. We're ready to move on to the next step. Once the download and installation has completed, you'll be greeted with a screen here with some basic information. Since I already have a SQL Server on my box, my basic instance name has an O1 appended to it, so yours may not have that. And then the rest of the information will be based on your administrator names on your computer. And it'll ask you if you want to install SSMS. We're going to hold off on that because we're going to install that separately from the next lab. So at this point, you now have SQL Server 2019 installed on your box. It's pretty straightforward. If you're installing older versions, it's a slightly different, but for our purposes, this gets us off the ground pretty smoothly.